Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hey, it's a good day, right? It's a good, and it's going to be even better because we've got a mayor who cares, a mayor that doesn't sit and wait for you to come to her office. She comes to you. And today, I want you to welcome our mayor, Mayor Julia Arata-Fratta.
So thank you everyone for the invite. It's an honor for me to be here with you today to share some of all the cool things that we are doing at the city, and it's the opportunity for you to ask me questions. If you don't, English is my second language, so I have a thick accent because I was born and raised in Argentina. So if you have any question because you don't understand, please raise your hand. I am not going to get offended. So we are going to start with, I brought a couple of slides, and then I'm going to open to you for questions, okay? So the first thing that I want to share with you is our new Common Council. I was here last year. I think I did a presentation too. But this year we got 2 new council members. This is a picture with all of us. We took it in April. So the 2 council member is Logan. He's on the in your right, the left on the last one on your right, and also Micah behind him. They represent District 3 and 4. And as you see, this Common Council is we are a very diverse Common Council with a lot of different professions, ages. And this is where I am very happy with this group of people because they are very engaged, very smart group of people, data-driven, and they're ready to, they care a lot about the city. So this is what I care, and they do a lot of things in the district. So this is who we are as a team. For some of you who you don't know me, I am Julia Arata-Fratta. I originally from Argentina. I was born and raised in Cordoba. It's the second largest in the country. And I came to this country almost 30 years ago after I graduated from college with my husband to pursue grad school. And the idea was to come and go back. 30 years later, we are still here. So I have lived more in this country than in my own country. I consider Wisconsin my home. I came to Wisconsin in 2004. My husband is a professor at the university. This is why we came to this part of the country. I raised my 2 boys. Here are Diego and Julian. This is a recent picture. They don't live with me anymore because, one lives in Atlanta and the other one in Madison, and they are all grown up. But my babies, they grew up in Fitchburg. So and Fitchburg is home. I have a bachelor in business administration and accounting, and also I did a master in business on MBA in Kennesaw State University in Georgia. My profession, as you know, the mayor's position is a part-time on paper. But I have another profession, I have been working with Werner CPAs for more than 20 years since I came to Wisconsin. And in my role at Wagner, I used to do taxes for almost 18 years for individual, corporation, partnership, trust. I don't do that anymore. I am more in the accounting section, doing more CFO and controllership services for commercial and not-for-profit organization. This is my role there. And in my life profession, I am a mom, a wife, a sister. I am a community advocate. I am very involved with the Latino community here in Dane County for 20 years. And then I am a friend, a public servant. I am a proud immigrant to this country. I love soccer or football, I would say. I like to garden. I have my vegetable garden. I like to do that in the summer, to peace my mind. And also I am your mayor, And I came to Fitchburg in 2004, so in August. So it's going to be 21 years. So, okay, let me. Okay. So I always like to see some statistic from our city. These one are 1 year old. We just got the number last week for new numbers, but we are 1,000. We have around 1,000 businesses in the city. Our employment rate is a little bit higher. It's not 1.9. I think it's 2.5 right now, but it's still low. We are a growing population. As you know, 5 years ago, we were only 30,000 people, and now we are 35,000. People like to move to this part of the county, so we should be proud of that. We are doing something right that they want to come here. Our equalized value means how much our city is value for the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. That number change is now $6.5 billion. So this is good for us. Last year, our tax levy was $32 million. It was an increase of 3.3% since 2004. So when people say that our taxes are growing crazy, no. Our taxes are being steady for the last couple of years. When you receive the bill, you receive a bill that shows 4 agencies, our city portion, then county, the school where you live. We have 3 school districts and the community college. But we are the ones sending the bill. So you think that all the money comes to us. I wish to, but no. Only 1/3 of that bill comes to the city. Our taxes have been very flat in the last couple of years. Last year, we got AAA bond rating. That one is we are 1 on 6 municipalities in Wisconsin. What does it mean? It means that we have very good financial practices. We have a credit worthiness that is very high. So investors, when they want to buy our bonds, they trust us that we are going to pay them. And then when we go out for request debt to build any facility, our interest rate for those loans are lower compared to other ones. And last year, that one is missing a 5. Our current average home value in Fitchburg is $507,000. This is a very high number. So when we talk about affordability on average home in our city, it's not $300,000, $350,000, $500,000. So if someone wants to move to Fitchburg, on average, they had to put $500,000 to buy a home here. So that one has been something that is a challenge for many people, especially for people that are in fixed income. How we are something that we are considering looking what we are doing to keep our people here in the city. So when people ask, what is my role in the city? I have different hats, okay? The first one is I am the executive leader. I provide the vision and direction for the city along with the common council. And also we set the priority and policies for the city. I oversee the city administration. So I collaborate very closely with the city administrator because I am a part-time mayor. So I need to have someone in the city hall running the day-to-day operation of the city. So we have a city administrator, is Chad Brecklin. He used to be our police chief. And so he has been with the city for more than 20 years, so he knows pretty well about the city. I also police implementation, I do that. I ensure that all the ordinance and resolutions that they are passed by the Common Council are implemented. I don't know, I have an echo, isn't it? Now? It's better?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah? We only need to hear you once. Hello? Hola? There is an echo. Why am I too close to the microphone?
Yeah, I think so. So they talk here. Yeah.
Okay. So the other role that I have is a legislative role. I am in charge of all the Common Council meetings. We meet twice a month. I preside all those meetings and also the chair of the planning committee. I introduce initiative. I propose ordinance. I am in charge of the budget, propose budget item, and also strategic plans. and also collaborate with Alder. I have a very good relation with all the Alders. So every time that I want to introduce something, we work as a team. It's not like Julia idea. It's like a team idea. So this is my way of working together with them. So one of my other role is to be in charge of the budget and finance. So I had to develop the capital improvement plan that is an infrastructure plan, okay? The infrastructure budget, I will call it, to make it easy, is like a plan for the next 10 years. All the big items that we need to build, all the big equipment that we need to purchase. Like, for example, we need to purchase like a fire truck ladder every 10 years. A fire truck ladder now costs $3 million, okay? Yes. So a lot of all those equipment are becoming very expensive. And what the city does, if we put together a plan for the next 10 years and we determine what are those big items that we need to, we need to invest in the next 10 years, from facility, equipment, and how we're going to pay for that. We are going to use debt. We are going to use taxpayer money, that when you send your check with your money, we are going to use levy money. We are going to try to look for grants. So we are always looking for options of how to pay for those big items. Like Zion Road, for example. If you live in that part of the city, Zion Road has become a very expensive road reconstruction. It's going to be, at the end of the day, almost $8 million. When is that going to be finished? This year. Before the winter comes, I think. Yeah, we hope so. Yeah. But I want to tell you how much it costs all the infrastructure, that we had to fix. Because like Fish Hatchery Road, when it was done, it cost more than $20 million. The county paid $8 million and we put the rest. So the other thing that I do and I start working is I am working on the 2026 annual budget. That one I work in partnership with the staff, the finance director, the city administrator, all the head of department. They had to work together and put together how they are thinking the budget is going to be for each department for the following year. I met with all of them. I'm going to have those meetings at the end of August. I had to meet with the 16 of them, go through each department budget, and then I had to say what is in, what is out. And also, my bigger role is to promote fiscal responsibility, and I try to balance the growth of the city and how much it's going to cost to maintain that the growth. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay for that growth. I do a lot of community engagement. I am the public face of the city. I represent Fitchburg in events, ribbon cutting, regional board panels, etc. I listen to the resident, and I am doing, I don't know if you have seen, my listening session. I have my next one is next week for those of you living in District 1. And then I am doing coffee with the mayor. Next one is next Friday, August 15, at Tati Company Coffee in Terravesa. This is a new coffee shop in that part of the city. So I try to meet with you because I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me the thing that you think that are working in the city, and the thing that I need to pay more attention, and the thing that you disagree with me. Because, if you disagree with me, I want to know why. Because I am in this position, and for me, it's a learning position. I am learning every day how to become a better mayor for all of you. And I foster partnership. I work with, I usually meet regularly with other mayors in the county. I meet with local businesses. I like to meet with all the business owners here in Fitchburg. I used to have one meeting a month to understand why they decided to stay in Fitchburg, why they want to continue investing in Fitchburg, and how we can help them to stay in our city, because they bring a lot of economic development, job, etc. I also meet with the school superintendents, because we have 3 school districts, and we have a good partnership with them, because when we grow, we also bring more kids to the school. So we had to have a partnership with them too. And as I mentioned, a not-for-profit organization. We have several not-for-profit doing a great job here in the city of Fitchburg. We work with some of them through the Healthy Neighborhood program, and they are doing a great job. So I would like to meet with them and, thank them for the work they are doing in the city. And also we have a faith group that we meet also with all the faith leaders in the city quarterly to discuss, because some of the churches here in the city are doing a great service to the community. So we meet with them too. The other thing that I do, advocacy and policy, I try to promote our city interests. 2 months ago, I had the opportunity to go to the Capitol here in Madison and talk to our state and senator that represent our areas and say, this is our challenge in the Fitchburg. This is the thing that you should be, since you are representing us in the Capitol, this is our issue, this is the thing that we want you to work. So I have to maintain those partnership too. And also I am a board member of the Wisconsin League of Municipalities since last year, because for me it's a great opportunity to be represented. I represent the south central part of Wisconsin, and it's another organization where I am learning a lot, and we should be there on the table. And I lead the equity and inclusion effort because at the end of the day, I want Fitchburg to be a welcoming, inclusive, and safe community. This is our goal. My goal. So I try to see that everything that we do in the city of Fitchburg, our policies, our initiative, we look at that with an equity lens, that everyone is represented, no matter you live in $1 million home or you are renting an apartment. We are all residents of this city. And I want to thank Bill because he's part, and Janine, they are part of the Community and Equity Committee. So they have been working for the last year in this committee. It was a pilot, and next week, the council will make this committee permanent. So I want to say thank you, Bill and Janice, for your work. And the other thing is emergency management. If there is a crisis, I should be kind of like in charge, but I trust that to my police chief and my fire chief. You don't want me to be in charge of a crisis, but I never done that, but this is my role as a mayor. So this is all, as you see, the mayor has a lot of hat to cover. I also want to share with you some citywide updates that we are currently working. As I mentioned, we finished with the capital improvement plan. It's a 10-year plan. Is the council, we approve that plan next week. And after that, we start with the 2026 budget that we are already started with this process, and then it has to be finalized by September. I had to be public, so you can take a look at my budget by September, and then the council usually approves the budget in November because we need to have those bills ready to go in December. We are finalizing 2 neighborhood plans, the Greenfield neighborhood plan and South Stoner. In September of 2025, council, we have those plans for approval. We finished our sustainability plan because, one thing that we need to understand is climate change is real. And it's affecting communities, especially how we are going to prepare our community for more rain, for more heat. Last week, I had the opportunity to be in a mayor's conference in New Mexico, and we talk about how many communities are experiencing more than 100 degrees every year and prolonged periods, and how it's affecting the health of those residents, the infrastructure, and how we need to prepare for that. So the city put together a plan for the next 10 years. So at least we have, we are looking about all these initiatives with very intentional. As I mentioned, we are creating the Community and Equity Committee. We are finalizing our first city strategic plan. It will be ready by the end of October. If you have been driving around, you have seen that we are doing a lot of parks investment. We are fixing a lot of parks. We are building new parks. I love park. If you tell me, I think this is a more tangible, healthy benefit for our residents. So there is a lot of park development currently in the city. The other thing that their initiative for 2026 is we want to revise the comprehensive plan and the zoning code. And we are working on a couple of housing initiatives and also doing the revision of the housing plan. I don't know, you have received a survey that we want your feedback for the housing plan. And so maybe Jill can provide the links for the survey. We have paper copies too. We want your feedback. I know that we are in a housing crisis, not only in our city, in the county, in the state. It's a national one because meeting with other neighbors from different parts of the country, we are talking about housing. We need to build more houses, more choices for people. So these are a couple of initiatives that we are working. And my vision for the city is, make Fitchburg the leading suburban city by fostering a welcoming and inclusive and forward-thinking community where every resident has access to opportunity and every neighborhood is safe, healthy, and thriving. I think I am not asking for something crazy, isn't it? No. So I think we have a great, safe community here in Fitchburg, and we need to maintain it, and we need to continue, continue to be that safe community that we are. And welcoming for everyone. And my priorities that also are the council priority is support safe and healthy neighborhood. We are investing in our healthy neighborhood areas because, they are part of the city of Fitchburg that they are very, very wealthy, and there are other parts where we need to do a lot of work. And those people, living in those communities, they deserve to have a chance to have a healthy park. Good roads, be safe areas. So we are investing in those areas. Expand housing option. We need to increase our inventory of houses, no matter what. Every choice, from $1 million home to workforce housing family, we need to increase that. The other thing that the council is very intentional, investing in improving the transit and enhance our connectivity. We are working with Metro to increase the frequencies and services in the line 75 and 65 and increase the paratransit services. That is something that Jill and her team has been advocating for many years to bring more seniors to this area, to the senior center, but we don't have very good transportation system. So investing in those expansion and in expanding the paratransit services will do that. So also strengthen our public safety. We had to continue investing in the staffing in our police and fire department because as the city grows, we need to invest more on those areas too. The other thing that I mentioned is we need to be the best employer in the city of Fitchburg. We need to take care of our employees and provide them with good benefit because we need those people, because these are the people that are the engine of the city. As I mentioned, we are advancing in sustainability initiatives. We are enhancing resident engagement. When I talk to that, is all this outreach that we are doing to outreach our residents so you can get informed what is going on in the city. And my main goal is maintain the fiscal responsibility and tax policies by balancing growing community needs with existing resources to keep our taxes low or flat or current with inflation, because we are not immune to inflation. So, and that's it. This is my presentation, and I open to questions.
I got one for you.
Yes.
I don't know who's in charge of phone providers, but the fact that they continue to cheat us, overcharge us, and poor people, especially seniors, cannot afford to pay these bills when we don't get the service that they promise us.
Which services are you talking?
The phone service is usually insurance or wireless, and it's supposed to be a free service, but they continue to keep switching our plan and overcharging us.
Yeah, I don't have control of that.
No, I wanted you to tell me who does.
Oh, I will need to check with Jill if she can, I don't know exactly.
And then they're building all of the housing, but it's not affordable for poor people. They have a different ideal of what low income is.
Okay, thank you. We are bringing more affordable senior housing to the city. There are 2 projects coming, but it's going to take 1 to 2 years too. I have a question here and then, yeah.
Yes, there's so much building here in apartments, but I noticed that, and I'm a new resident.
Okay.
I noticed that if I want to stop at a little restaurant or so on, I always have to drive out to Fish Hatchery Road. Are there any plans? It would be nice to have a little walkable cafe or a little restaurant or a little wine bar that one could walk to, like off of Lacey Road somewhere where all the apartments are going up.
Yeah, we are. There is one last year. What it was? There is a place there where you can go and have some drinks. You know what I mean? Rusty Bee. We are working on that. Yes, we know about that, but when we ask, bring the retail, bring the supermarket, because we are working on that, they always say we need more people. You don't have the care. We need more density. So, but I think this is something that economic development team in the city of Fitchburg is working very hard to make our neighborhood walkable, where people can walk to, like you say, a coffee shop, to go to a dental office. You know what I mean? We are trying to do that.
Yes, everything means I have to get in my car.
No, I know. Yes, yeah. You make a good point. Yes. We are trying. Ed.
On the line of housing, about the contractors that come in and build these different housing, I have not seen in the years that I've been here someone that really had affordable housing built like the way some people do in other areas. The contractors that they come in are the ones that usually, like this new facility that they're going to build for seniors, and it's not really affordable. They call it a senior community that gives all of the amenities to, like having food there or whatever, but yet I can't think of anyone in here that could afford to live there. And you're going to build senior housing, why can't they build them for affordable for us to, as our fixed income is? So, I mean, I just wonder, because I saw this, and they're going to build. It is down...
Terravesa.
Yes.
Sexta, yeah, I know. Yeah, no, there are different types of developers. There are developers that specialize only in market rate, unit, apartment or senior housing, and there are developers that they build more affordable or workforce housing. Those developers, when they had to look for financing, they had to find some of the funds through other organizations, WIDA, tax credit, so they have to go through another hoops that the market rate developer, they don't have to do that. So it's sometimes there are more barriers to build those type of affordable senior housing. As I mentioned, we have one that is potentially coming to Nesby Road, where on the west part of the city, that is going to be affordable, and it has some tax credit from WIDA. And then we have one on Fish Hatchery Road. The High Line is another apartment complex. But yes, so that one, we know that we need to build more of those affordable senior. But sometimes, the people that, approach us, is developers. Sometimes they say, we specialize in this type of building or this type of building. But we know that we need to bring a balance about that. Yeah, you're right. We need to bring more of those units.
I don't mean to disagree with you, but the High Line, I used to live in there. And there are so many people still leaving there because they can't afford that rent.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat some of those questions?
Which one? From which question?
From anyone.
So one of the questions was about the affordability of senior housing, that we need to build more of those, and the other one, what is your name?
Geraldine Evans.
Yeah, Geraldine. She mentioned that she used to live in the Highland. This is another affordable senior housing on Fish, but she said that the rent has been increasing, that it's no more affordable for many folks. So, yes, sir.
What is your definition of affordable?
Well, this is not my definition. According to some of the, the research, affordable means when.
I'm not asking about research. What is your particular? What do you consider affordable housing?
If you are spending more than 30% of your income in housing, it means that you are not living in affordable. It's not affordable. Usually, you need to spend more than 30% of your income in housing. When we talk about your mortgage, your rent, your insurance, and your property taxes. So that one is my definition. If when you're putting more than 30%, you are crossing that line.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the standard.
Yes, Tina?
When the developers come in, why can't they be told they can build here, but you have to provide so many units that are affordable within your complex?
Yeah, we are working on that. The city has never done. We are going to try to do a pilot program. Is market rate units. We are asking them to have a percentage of those units, apartment, to be workforce housing. But then we had to help them with the difference as a city. So
You have to
provide with the difference, because they're going to say, yeah, we can do that, but there is a gap. You're renting an apartment at $1,000, and we are asking them to rent at $700,000. Who is going to cover the $300,000? The $300?
Why doesn't it come out of their profit on the non-affordable units?
Yes.
Well,
Why does the city need to make up that difference for them?
I am telling
They
you.
want to build here, they need a percentage of affordable, and they can eat the difference, because the unaffordable ones are plenty expensive too.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the market doesn't work like that way.
Why can't we change it?
How can you work for affordable
People
housing?
need to work in concert. The city.
Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah, but this was
Exactly the point you're making. You're doing Dan's little side step. Stand up and tell them some buildings have to be built for people that can afford.
But this is what happened. There are some,
You have the ability.
Yeah, I know I have, but I cannot interfere in the private sector how to run their business. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that one is the question. I can tell them. We can tell them that we need affordable units. We need market rates. We need to provide choices. And this is what I mentioned before. There are some developers that specialize in affordable units because they know they have the funding sources to build those apartments. Besides, the regular bank loan, they need to have other with a tax credit and all of that. That is more complicated. So this is why there are some people that specialize in those, and people that say, I don't do affordable housing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What's the difference between affordable housing and there was workforce housing, and then you said something about middle range or something? Can you explain what?
Well, when we talk, workforce housing is housing that, for example, for the workforce housing, like teacher, firefighter, police officers, that are making $80,000 a year. When the average median in Dane County for a family of 4 is $94,000. You know what I mean? So we are our average median for a family of 4 in Dane County is already high. Okay, and then right now, if you want to build buy a house in Dane County, no matter where, because this issue is, you need to have at least $80,000 in down payment. Okay, so the idea is how we can build more workforce housing the housing that are between $300,000 and $400,000. Because now they are telling us that the starting home are $500,000 or $600,000. And this is insane, you know what I mean? So that one is, and the other thing that we try to do is to build houses like we call the missing middle, like more townhomes, you know what I mean? More build houses in a small lot. This is how we are going to make those houses more affordable or cheaper, you know what I mean? So that one is what we call the missing middle, is how we can build those type of houses and include that in other zoning that today is not allowed in the city of Fitchburg. Like duplexes, quadruplexes, you know what I mean? All of that.
So I live in Swan Creek and they're building like 50 some houses.
Yeah.
I think that was meant to be the workforce.
No, that one is a misconception. The problem, I know because I heard that.
I just want clarification.
And some of your neighbors are saying, no.
Yeah.
When the developer approached us, way back, he said, I want to build this. I think they're going to be workforce housing. And then when he told us that the average home is going to be between $550,000 and $100,000, we told him, no, this is not affordable housing or workforce housing. This is a market rate houses. So this is the misconception, because there are two property on sale now, and I think they're asking $499,000. And they are townhomes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
that's just development. It's not really what we're hoping for with the middle.
But this is what they are telling us, that the starting home in Dane County is $500,000.
Right. But we can't count that towards what we're working towards in Fitchburg, the more affordable housing, right?
I think
We're still working on it, but that isn't part of it.
That one is we're working to create more units, homes, you know what I mean? And that one is great, you know what I mean? There are people that they like to live in a small lot, small houses, you know what I mean? It's fine, you know what I mean?
It's good, it just doesn't go towards that.
Yeah, also, yeah.
I'm not going to give you my last name, but my son works, one of the executives out at,
Okay.
They are taking care of their employees well. They're building buildings for their employees. Why can't that happen in this area?
What do you mean, like other companies doing that?
Yeah, are you familiar with Epic?
Oh, yeah.
That there is, they now purchased bus lines 7 days a week going back and forth. So I know you're a municipal, you're not a private, so that gives you less leverage.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. They can afford to do whatever they want, and you can't. So
I have control over my municipality, you know what I mean? And this is why,
depends upon who gives you the money.
What do you mean?
Epic gave Verona the money to build their fire department. Epic gave them the money to expand their high school to make it one of the top.
Well, it was Epic taxes. The Epic pay a lot of taxes because they have a lot of building. So they do that. I think they don't pay directly to build that. They receive more tax collection, and they are able to use that money to.
Donation, they can use it as a deduction.
No, they cannot do that with the municipality. Epic is no.
One of the CFOs out there.
No, they cannot do. No, they cannot do that. What they can do is.
If they donate money for expanding their high school, and they call it a donation.
Oh, but they're donating to the school. It's different. Okay. The school district. Yeah. Not the municipality.
Get it? Go look at the Verona High School out there.
No.
I've been there, I know it.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. Yes. They can. A company cannot donate to the city to build something. They can. We need to have like another entity that they send the money to them, and then the money sent to the city. Like when I did the inclusive playground in Maquis, that I was part of that, we had to, was a private and public, development. And then there was the Lions Club here, the chapter in Fitchburg. They were collecting the money through donations, and then they donate that money for a specific park. You know what I mean?
Right, I get what you're getting, but I'm talking about speaking about a private entity. I know that it's like the Lions Club is not it's a It's a again, that's an individual entity also, so I know what you're getting at there, but Epic just called it a donation.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Pro Omega here in the city of Fitchburg, they do a lot of things from the city, like the art fair, they organize that. The farmer market, they organize that. You know what I mean?
Yep,
so
that's a good way to go.
it's a way to do it, you know. So
They
they,
can also deduct that from their taxes.
yeah, I don't know that part. I don't. It's a private company. I have never seen the books.
They never do anything for free. That's it.
Yeah, but at least I want to tell you, there are some, you know, Oak Bank also is another bank, it's a local bank that is turning 25 years this year. And they do a lot of community.
And I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hit you with the Epic thing myself.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Forever,
Yeah,
so
no. No, Epic, you know, Verona has something like they are building more campuses in Verona, and those one is more, they're going to generate more taxes.
I
You know what I
call
mean?
the cracker boxes too. We got those built up all over to the southeast of us and all around here.
Yeah.
So we still need farmland on top of all the.
Yeah, and this is why another way to protect our farmland is through density. This is why some people are opposed to apartment, but apartment will go vertical. We don't go this. And this is another way to protect our farmland too.
Some of them are getting a little close together though too. It's getting a little iffy.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're doing again, but there's not much that us as individuals can do. You have to get an entity that's behind you that you can actually work with.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I can't.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Any other question? Yes, over there, and then you left. Okay. We have yes.
So looking to the future, when ICE will come to this area, what level of cooperation will our law enforcement have with ICE?
It depends. It depends on what type of people are looking for. If I show up and say we are looking for someone that is a criminal with a lot of background, rapist, you know what I mean? You know, and they ask our police department to cooperate with them, we have to, okay? Because they are looking for someone that has a huge history of criminal activity. But if they are coming, like this happened in other parts of the country, to look for innocent people that they don't have any record, my police department is not going to cooperate with them. Any other question? Yes.
I have a question about the wheel tax.
Yes.
And how we decided to get one.
Okay, the wheel tax, what happened is, you remember that we went to a referendum last year? On November, when you go to vote, you have a question, you want to, okay. Because that referendum failed in November, it didn't mean that all the needs that we have as a city disappear, you know? So, and we have a couple of needs that we need to start incurring some of the costs this year. And this vehicle registration fee, the council for the last year and a half were talking about the referendum, and the referendum failed. You know, the other option to collect additional revenue was the vehicle registration fee. So if you look at January meeting, committee of the whole meeting in January, the council discussed for more than 2 hours about if we need to go with our financial planners, if we need to go to a vehicle registration fee, we need to do that. And because we have some pressing cost that we need to start paying this year, I made the decision to move forward with the resolution. The idea is to collect, we are going to collect $1 million for that vehicle registration fee, that it can be used only for transportation, and then we can allocate some money from the allocation fund to cover. We need to $500,000 to pay for the operation of the police facility. The police facility, we already got the bids last week, and I want to report that the bid came under budget, so this is a good thing for the city, and council will approve the construction of the police facility in August 23rd, and then the idea is to start building the police facility beside the library in the fall. But we need $500,000 to maintain the police facility when it's open, because remember, that building is open 24/7. It's not like City Hall that at 4 o'clock we close, that's it. It's gonna cost around $500,000 to run the police facility. So we are gonna allocate some of the money for that. We also are redoing our agreement with the EMS district. After 40 years, we are revising our contract, the district contract, and then the city of Fitchburg had to pay more because 67% of the calls are coming to Fitchburg. So the city of Verona last year approached us and said, you know what, Fitchburg, we are subsidizing you. So we revised our contract, and the city of Fitchburg had to pay more for the district, for EMS, and then we are going to use some money for that, and then to expand the public transportation and paratransit. And the $1 million is gone. So this is how we are intend to use the money. That I'm going to do that when I put together my 2026 budget for next year. Any other question? Good question. Yes.
With all the federal funding that has been cut across so many areas, will Fitchburg feel any of that?
Yes, we are we have a couple of projects that we are, especially road construction and the BRT with Madison, that we don't know what is going to happen. Yes, we have a couple of $1 million from the federal government that, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Would that mean our taxes would go up?
No, no, because if we, the BRT, if we don't get the money, we are not build it, period. You know what I mean? We are going to delay those projects, or some of the road construction, they are like grants to pay, like Sain, I think Sain and Fitcherona, we have some grants. And those projects are under construction or development, you know what I mean? So we had to finish those projects because we already started, or the roads are in very, very bad shape that we need to do it. So that cost we are going to be eventually absorbed, but we don't know yet. The thing is, there are some, also we receive, the senior center receive assistance from Dane County. Dane County receive that money from the federal government, like a nutritionist and other stuff. And that, I don't know what is going to happen. So far, everything is fine, but we don't know in the future what is going to happen. So, yeah. Yes.
Mayor, who's responsible for community centers?
In which sense?
Their court, children after-school programs and meal programs.
Oh, in Vera Court?
Yes.
Vera Court is like a non-for-profit organization, so it's run separately, but they receive funding. This is in Madison, and they receive funding from the city of Madison and Dane County, but I don't know who. The responsible are the executive director of that organization.
Yeah, but they were talking about when they cut the funding from NIM, it's going to be cutting the program from others, even in Fitchburg.
Yeah, I don't know that because we don't have people. I don't think that there are people going from Fitchburg to Vera Court. I need to know that, but I don't think so. I know that we have a lot of people that they go to the food pantry. Yes. I hear in Fitchburg, to the Badger Prairie Needs Network. Almost like 60-70% of the people going there are Fitchburg residents. We have the food. What is the other one? Food. This is what the city of Fitchburg is supporting, all of this not-for-profit with our grant, because there is a lot of food insecurity in our community. Yeah. Any other questions, comment? Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm
So-
sorry if I offended you.
No offensive. You know what? I got to tell you, we cannot say that we don't have a mayor that doesn't listen to us. She has taken the time to come here, and this was our own listening session today. So I want to give her a great big hand for taking this time. So thank you guys, and have a great afternoon.